Hi guys, welcome to Cooking with Jazz. Today we are going to make one of my favorite meals, honey soy tofu and eggplant. This is definitely a crowd pleaser and I hope you recreate this recipe and tag me below and show me photos. So first things first is what we're going to do is we're going to coat our cubed extra firm tofu with corn flour. And what's very important in this next step is that you make sure all the tofu is evenly coated with the cornstarch. This means that when you fry it, you get an even batter around all the tofu. Now we're also going to repeat this for the eggplant as well. Now, if you want, you can salt the eggplant beforehand to get out any extra moisture, but I didn't do this here because I didn't find it necessary. If I'm going to bake the eggplant, I will do this step instead. So I'm going to put the eggplant and the tofu aside so the cornstarch can work on soaking up any extra moisture if there is any. And I'm going to start working on the sauce. So I've just put in some ginger and some garlic, some honey, and now I'm going to add soy sauce, regular or salt reduced if you prefer. And then the next ingredient after the soy sauce I'm going to add is ketchup menace. Ketchup menace is the secret ingredient I find in this soy sauce marinade. So it adds extra sweetness and extra saltiness like the soy sauce without overbalancing any of the flavors. And then some rice wine vinegar. And we're just going to give that a good stir and put that aside as we get the oil hot enough for our tofu and our eggplant. So that little piece of eggplant on the corner there that was bubbling away before I added the rest was my tester piece to check if my oil was hot enough. So see how all the bubbles are like attacking almost all the eggplant pieces? That tells me the oil is hot enough to frying. Now I'm going to fry the eggplant until it's golden brown. And because eggplant is very moisture driven and it's very fine, it doesn't take that long to cook all the way through. Now, as I do cook the eggplant, I'm going to give it a stir every now and then and just pour, in a sense, with my slotted spoon, oil over the top. Now, this is going to help the eggplant brown evenly all the way around. When frying, this is just a little trick to do to brown the top while the underneath is cooking. Now that my eggplant is golden brown all over, I'm going to use my slotted spoon to remove it from the oil and put it on some paper towels I've got set up to the side to drain any of that excess oil. Now once I'm done with the eggplant, I'm going to cook the tofu. Your tofu is not going to get to the same golden brown colour as your eggplant, so try not to cook it too much. Now the reason I've cooked the tofu and the eggplant separately is because the eggplant actually cooks quicker than the tofu. So I'm trying to avoid having overcooked eggplant or undercooked tofu. While I'm frying away my eggplant and my tofu, I've put my pot of sauce ingredients to the side on a low heat. Now I'm going to gently increase the heat and I'm going to bring the sauce up to a boil, and I'm going to continuously stir while doing this because this sauce does have a tendency to stick to the bottom. Now once it reaches for a boil, I'm going to let it boil for maybe 2 to 5 minutes until the sauce gets nice and thick and reduces down a little bit. Now if you want really thick sauce, you can make a cornstarch slurry with 1 tablespoon of cornstarch and 1 tablespoon of ice cold water, and this will really thicken up the sauce. I don't find for this particular way I'm using it necessary. And now that my sauce is ready, I'm going to pour it over my eggplant and my tofu and give it a really good stir through. This ensures that you've got an even coating and every single piece has the right amount of sauce to it. If I knew it was a healthy and balanced meal, I would just eat this bowl all to myself at this moment. But we do need some greens to go with it. So I'm going to show you a quick recipe for sesame garlic spinach that I'm going to add as a side dish to this. Now to a hot pan, I'm going to add some sesame oil. The amount honestly depends on your own personal preference of taste, but I like quite a strong sesame flavour with my spinach because I'm adding also garlic to it to counteract with that sesame flavour. So I've put in about 2 cloves of garlic into this recipe that I've just diced up roughly, and I'm going to give them a good quick cook and a little bit of a stir. Now, because this is an Asian inspired dish, I'm not looking to saute my garlic, I'm looking to give it a brown colour and a little bit of caramelization. Now I'm going to add my spinach to the pan, and I'm really looking to just wilt my spinach down, but not too much. So if you cook your spinach too much, it's going to be disgusting, it's going to be soggy, and it's not what I want in my dish. Now, because my pan is on a high heat, the spinach is going to wilt down really quickly. So I'm just giving my spinach a stir through the pan so it cooks as evenly as possible, and it's still got a bright, vibrant green colour, but it hasn't gone to that very dark wilted spinach look, which is going to mean overcooked spinach, which is not what I want. Here is the final meal. Honey soy eggplant and tofu with some fresh chilies, spring onion, a garlic and sesame spinach, and some spring onion pancakes. If you decide to make this dish for yourself, let me know and tag me over on Instagram at jazz.lawrence or even on my WordPress blog, cookingwithjazz.com. Don't forget to subscribe if you like this video, and I can't wait to see you in the next one.